In today's video, we're going to be looking at the differences between sprint planning and PI planning. In fact, we're going to be looking at the top 5 differences between sprint planning and PI planning and what that means for you. Welcome to Safe in the Real World, where together we go beyond Scaled Agile Framework theory and explore the realities of implementing SAFe. I'm Ahmed Syed, and in this video, we are going to be contrasting each of these different elements of sprint planning and PI planning and what that means for you as well. Okay, so let's get started. The first difference that we have is in scope. Okay, when we look at sprint planning is for the team, whereas the PI planning is for the entire Agile release train. Now, if you remember, an Agile release train consists of between 5 to 12 Agile teams. Okay, so that is the first difference that we have between sprint planning and PI planning. One is of size and scale and of the scope of things as well. Okay. Now the next big difference is one of the planning horizon. When we look at sprint planning and when we look at Scrum, it's between 1 to 4 weeks long. Okay, and when we're using Scrum in a SAFe context, the default is 2 weeks. But when we're looking at PI planning, we've got a longer time horizon, right? It's between 8 to 12 weeks long. Okay, typically what I see is that many organizations go for 12 weeks because that fits in really well with their financial quarter. The default in SAFe is 10 weeks, but also those organizations that need to be more nimble, more agile, need more touch points, they tend to favor a smaller time horizon as well. Okay, now let's look at the third difference over here, and that is one of intent. What is the intention that we have when we're looking at sprint planning? And that's around planning the stories, the user stories, the value that we want delivered by each of the teams, and also the tasks and who should be doing those tasks as well. Who are the individuals that will be doing that. Whereas when we look at PI planning, it's much higher level, right? It's more of a roadmap planning. It's like, what do we intend to be doing over these 4 to 6 sprints, if you like, or 4 to 6 2-week iterations as well, okay? Right, and in addition, we have a difference in our commitment levels. When we're looking at a smaller time horizon of just 2 weeks in the future, we can expect higher degrees of commitment, whereas when we're looking at a horizon of 8 to 12 weeks, we're now looking at a more of an emergent plan. And what we mean by that is, yeah, sure, the next sprint we can probably commit to, but as it becomes further and further, we got lower levels of commitment and also lower levels of loading of each of our iterations as well. And the final difference that I'd like to present to you is one of duration as well. You should be able to get your sprint planning done within 2 to 4 hours, whereas anybody know what is that? PI planning duration? 3, 2, 1, go. Yep, it's 2 days. All right, so that's the official version. There's another video that's been released that shows differences. You can have 1-day planning events and 3-day planning events as well, but the official stance is PI planning is of 2 days. If you want to know in which scenarios you'd want to use a 1-day event versus a 3-day event, please visit my other video. The link will be around here somewhere or lower down. And if you've got any ideas, any comments, if you think that you've got I can think of some more differences between sprint planning and PI planning, please leave those down in the comments below. Love to hear from you and look forward to speaking to you in the next video. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye.